You're listening to a Loot Dummies podcast, LOOTDummies.com. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following a group of friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into the mystical world of Antiriath and follow as our party of dummies adventure across the lands. Talek Grog, half-orc fighter-sorcerer from the wretched valleys of Mek'Zim, played by Taylor. Elirlock Bloodhair, Harengon cleric whose fate seems determined by luck itself, played by Joey. And Pomerel the gatekeeper, Summer Eladrin from the Feywild city of Solaria, played by Seth. And last but not least, the host and dungeon master of our campaign, the man of many voices, Sam. And welcome back to our show, Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies. Pomerel's giving me like Sheldon energy.
Oh, God.
He's giving me like that energy of like it's a classic like 90s trope where there's like one dude that's just a little bit overly flamboyant and he just like leans into it to weird out the really like straight-laced peeps. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Pomerel then pulls out his sword and walks around Talek's tent and pops all the tent spikes out so that the tent collapses on Talek and says, "Talek, it's time to get up!"
What the? What is this? This is from Elirlock's thing last night. What is this? This is the Dark Lord.
Trapped in the darkness.
The dark energy.
Oh, good morning, Talek. Would you like to continue our journey now? Your sword seemed to be pointing us somewhere last night.
I reach up and wipe the wine off my cheek and eyebrow. Good morning, sunshine. Yeah, let's do the damn thing.
Huh, I've never been called the name of a deity before, but so be it.
Elirlock,
Yeah.
you want to ride with me or with Bright Eyes there?
Let's flip a coin, eh? And then I will flip a coin.
Pomerel's incredibly intrigued by this, and he says, "What is the meaning of flipping the coin?"
He's like Encino Man, like George of the Jungle. He's like he doesn't.
Yeah, he's from the Feywild.
Pomerel.
Yes.
You take the coin, right? And you flip it because it's got, two sides. And it can land on one side or the other.
You have two sides. Can I flip you?
Oh, well, hold on. Well, don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh.
Take it easy first.
Okay,
We'll try that later. So you take the coin, you flip it. One side is good luck. The other side can also be good luck, depending on your perspective.
So you're taking a chance.
Right. Except this time the chance is between either riding with you or riding with him.
I let out a fart as he says that.
So does Revenge.
We fart at the same time.
Yeah, the Revenge is
Sunbeam's head just rises higher in the air. His nose.
Sunbeam makes like a snob face at us.
Yeah.
Gives us a side eye.
And telepathically, Sunbeam says to Pomerel, "Please do not let that creature ride on me."
Oh no, poor Elirlock.
Pommy. All right.
Oh, Pommy.
Pommy?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
Pommy.
see. Okay.
Well, you asked me for a nickname for me, so I'm giving you one as well.
Well, I told you when we met. My nickname is Key.
All right, Pommy. So you're going to be the good luck on this coin right here. You see it? This side is good. That side's you. The other side is Talek back there.
Yes.
Also good. by the way.
Right.
I'd say, oddly.
Right. Correct.
Some would
Shit.
even say better, maybe.
Depends on the day.
See.
So I flip the
God.
coin, and it
Yes.
lands on.
Pomerel
Pollock.
jumps off of Sunbeam and stares at the coin.
Oh, well, here it is. This is what it landed on. The coin did not choose you today. All right. So I'm gonna ride on the back of Revenge. I hope Sunbeam's okay with that. Sorry to disappoint you, bud. It'll be all right.
Pomerel just stares at Learlock and he's thinking to himself, I wonder if he can control what side that coin lands on with his mind.
You may have won the small toss, Outlander, but you will not win the race, so it makes little difference.
Yes, exactly. And Pomerel gets back on Sunbeam and sits there.
Talik pulls out the longsword of Pallid Light and puts it on his shoulder like a rifle. Closes one eye, points at the direction that he thinks it pointed at yesterday. Licks his finger and holds it up in the air and goes, "Yep, this way. Come on, sunshine."
Sunshine. And interesting. Pomerel, quietly riding behind, takes out his sword and he puts it over his shoulder and he closes an eye and he licks his finger and he starts pointing and he's like, I do not understand these two at all.
Our customs.
Strange ways of the material plane.
Love it. Okay,
Oh,
we take
man.
off.
All right, y'all want to put yourself on the line that you're going through on the hex map, so I know which way you are headed.
Right into the trees. Get out of the mountain.
Yep. Yeah, that way.
Okay, going straight into a forest hex.
So we're leaving the Eclarian Mountains, going into, what would you call this? I guess it's still Eclarian Mountains.
It's still kind of the foothills of the
Foothills.
Eclarian Mountains,
Yeah.
but I mean, this is the last one that I would call that. The next one, the next hex will be Mek'Zim.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. The woods of Mek'Zim, east of the mountains.
As we ride, you see Talik. He's kind of like sniffing the air. He's got his little orc tusks sticking out, and he's scratching the plaque on his tusks and tasting it and looking around. Yep, boys. This time tomorrow, we'll be in Mek'Zim.
Lovely.
Does Pomerel know what Mek'Zim is?
Make me a thing, a
His history?
history check. Yep, thank you.
12.
Yeah, Mek'Zim's a large enough area. You've definitely heard of Mek'Zim. You know it to be the wild, vast, hilly lands patrolled and taken over by orcs and barbaric men.
Pomerel yells out and he says, Tullik, you said Mek'Zim. I need to ask you something. It might be rather personal.
Yeah, fire away.
If I just start killing a bunch of orcs in front of you, is that going to cause us to not be friends anymore?
I immediately turn around in bewilderment.
I just am quiet for a little bit, and then I turn around super slowly, and my face becomes a bigger and bigger grin. And I go, if you happen to see any orcs that look exactly like me, let's not kill them. But odds are unlikely.
Okay, so should I ask each orc if they look like you before I kill them or after?
You know what you could do? Ask them what they think about the grungs.
The dungs?
The grugs.
Grugs. Very well. That sounds like something that the poor people drink back home.
Good.
Watch your mouth, sunshine. I'll slap you off the top of that horse.
Oh, that would hurt very badly. My armor's quite heavy.
Seth, question
I just
about
keep riding.
Pomerel.
Yeah.
What color is his hair?
Like the color of sunlight.
Yeah, he's got to be
Yeah.
blonde, right?
Golden blonde.
Why do you ask?
Because as they turn around to look at you, they're looking at you and they notice that it's not golden blonde. It's actually turned a dark black color. And as Pomerel's looking forward at Talik, he notices that his normally black hair has turned a deep crimson red, and a
Ooh.
Learlock's entire body of fur becomes a golden hue of blonde.
Learlock, you look different.
What do you mean? I look normal.
No. You're normally red. Normally the color of the wine in this cup. And I haven't had that much wine. I don't know why you're a different color wine now. Does that make sense? You're white wine now. You're different wine.
So I'm looking around and I see me as not me.
Yeah, your hands are, fur colored, so they are blonde.
Look at my shield. Look the shield's on my back. Look at the reflection.
I don't like this. I didn't do this last night. This is not me.
What about me? I'm touching my head. What about me? Am I good?
Yeah,
good?
you're boned as well.
I'm what?
Yeah,
You're boned.
that's right.
What was it?
You're
What does it look
boned.
like?
You're not you. I'm not me.
Pomerel is accustomed to traveling for days or weeks at a time in the Feywild, and he is literally not phased, and he's so confused why they're upset.
About that time that y'all start panicking, the hair on your body slowly fades back, it almost is like it grows fast back to its normal shade, including Pomerel. Random question for you. What kind of undergarments do you have on underneath your armor?
Who?
All of you.
Oh, Talik's wearing the customary orcish thong.
Okay. Learlock?
Black leather, pouch with a ball and penis separator. 2 separate pouches.
That's incredible.
Thanks for the detail.
Learlock, what?
Normally it's just some tan undergarments. They're nothing crazy like my compatriot.
And what about Pomerel?
I'll give you 2 guesses, and the first one doesn't count.
So nothing seems to change about Pomerel, but Talik immediately notices that he has lost a tremendous amount of support as your underwear appears on the outside of your armor.
Talik turns from his grayish green to a shade of red as he realizes that the other guys can see his customary orcish undergarments.
Does Pomerel notice this?
Yeah, it'd be hard not to notice. You see a black stripe of string running around his waist that you didn't see before, and I assume it's kind of flopping in the front. You definitely notice a Learlock's because it's has more fabric.
And when we look at Pomerel, nothing has changed.
Nothing's changed.
That's what I was assuming.
Pomerel's just looking at both of you, and he goes, Did I miss something? What are these cloths you have on the outside of your garment?
We need to stop.
Oh,
All right, something's fucky going on in these woods here, boys. First the hair, now the customary thong that all orcs wear, not just me. This is not something that just I wear. This is what all orcs in Megazim wear. It's standard issue underwear. There's nothing weird about it. Now it is weird that it's on the outside, that you guys can see it. That's weird. So something's going on here. And I pull out my sword and I start spinning around. And I even take a couple swipes at the air.
A Learlock, and what's Pomerel's passive perception? I don't have a cheat sheet for you
15.
yet. 15. A Learlock and Pomerel, y'all hear giggling all kind of in the woods all around you. Just this little teeny tiny
There's trickery afoot. and I don't like it. There's something in the woods.
I knew it. This is a trick. I don't even normally wear these underwear. Where did these underwear come from? And I rip them off and throw them.
Pomerol says, "Well, when I check on you every night, that's what you've been wearing."
Oh God, he's so creepy.
I just I don't what is it? What's out there?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go find a bush real quick, and I'm gonna, do the switcheroo, right? And that way I'm not looking ridiculous. I don't know about if you'd like to look like that. You're more than welcome to, but I'm gonna switch rides now probably. We just won't talk about it.
Okay, yeah. You do what you need to do, man. Whatever.
Pomerol is unruffled, and he is looking around. Does he see? Can he find these sounds where these sounds are coming from?
No, and it was real brief, just at the height of embarrassment that you heard a little giggle. It almost sounded like they were trying to suppress it. And no, not that passive's not good enough to find anything other than that sound.
Pomerol calls out and he says, "Hello, little tricksters. I enjoy a good game myself. Why don't you come out and play?" Can I roll for persuasion?
You may.
11.
11. You don't get any response back.
Pomerol's trying to watch Learlock and make sure he doesn't get ganked.
I am going to go make a loop around a tree, and then when I come around the other side of the tree, I am looking like my normal self, and I have cast Disguise Self to correct the error.
So there's still, you don't have underwear on. You're still uncomfortable, but it doesn't look that way.
Right.
That is legendary.
Pomerol's just staring at Talik.
In fact, you get inspiration, Joey.
Sick.
I need to remember to give it out, and that is too good.
Hell yeah.
Freeballing it.
So Talik, what is that string around your armor for?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing there. If there was something there, it was some kind of trick by whatever these things are out here that you see. There's nothing.
Oh, okay. Very well.
So you'll keep walking along. Nothing really seems to bother you for a little while. But then all of a sudden, I'd say Pomerol probably notices first that the gait of Sunbeam isn't quite right. And the rhythm's not quite right with the way he's walking. But I imagine Talik probably doesn't notice until all of a sudden his stirrups start dragging on the ground. And you look down and realize that your horses have shrunk down to the size of small ponies. Sunbeam kind of freaks out a little bit. He's like, Pomerol, did you get bigger? You're really heavy.
Pomerol looks down and says, Sunbeam, you're shrinking.
I hop off revenge. I'm like, all right, god damn it. Something's happening. And I'm sick of it. Show yourselves.
About that time, a puff of purple mist just appears right in front of you. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
We're still riding side by side?
Yeah, I mean, you're
4.
So that'll get buffed. Not a lot, but it'll get buffed.
4 is going to be hard to buff enough, but maybe. It's actually not a real high save.
Plus 5.
9.
Plus 5. Okay, that's not enough. So, Talik, you have this. Well, I guess Learlock's on the back of your horse, so he's within the little puff. Learlock, I need you to make this same wisdom save.
All right.
It's just a little 5-foot puff, so Pomerol doesn't have to make it.
18.
+5.
Okay, you pass. But Talik, you get hit with this just like loopiness, like a sense of deliriousness, and you feel like pretty good. If I'm being honest, you feel very nice. And I need you to roll me a d6.
Holy shit, boys! Delirlock, you slip one of those cave mushrooms in my mouth?
No, friend. I did not.
6.
Sorry.
You just kind of stand up off your horse, and Revenge just walks out from under you. And Learlock bumps into you as you stand up off of him. You scrape a Learlock off the horse, and you just
What do you
kind of
do that
stand
for?
there for a second in a daze.
What the fuck are you talking about? Who are you? What is this? Where are we?
Pomerel,
Yes, Learlock.
would you fix this, man?
Oh, absolutely. Pomerel walks up to Talik and he pours an elixir of health into his mouth.
Okay, and kind of like smelling salt style, it gets snaps you out of it, Talik.
What was
What's
that?
wrong with you?
I don't fucking know. You still hung up on this underwear thing? It's not anything.
You
I've
scraped
already
me off
told you.
revenge. You don't want a partner on your horse.
Oh, I did.
You did?
All right. Well, let's get back on it. And how small is Revenge?
Since you kind of snapped out of it, and you look back, he's actually full size again, and you're like, was I
Oh,
high? And he was big the whole time? Like,
I checked my pack for the cave mushrooms.
they're still in there. Getting really gross.
I count them.
They're all accounted for, just really getting rotten and nasty.
Just
Oh my
get
God,
back on.
they're just goo, aren't they?
Yeah,
Just-
I mean, they're like a month
just-
old at this point. They have a whole new ecology.
Clearly, there's something fucky, but I don't know.
So Pomerel gets confused at this point, and he starts to get a little flustered, and he goes, Gentlemen, I'm sorry. I'm very concerned about something. You both appear to be struggling with something, or what we experiencing right now not normal.
Do you consider this normal?
I mean, anytime on a long journey, there's bound to be strange things happen at any moment from any direction.
I don't know what the
Right.
fuck's going on.
Do you not typically have different things that afflict your mind in different ways that you are unprepared for and unexpected?
I mean, besides the decanter of wine, no, not really.
So I should be on the guard for these things.
Typically. That's right.
Fascinating.
It is. Pommy, you're not doing this, are you?
Oh,
Unknowingly? Unaware?
No. Oh, no. If I was doing it, I would have put the undergarments on your heads.
You hear a giggle around the forest when he says that.
Oh, there's my fellow tricksters again. Yet they don't want to come out to see me, and it very much disappoints me.
You hear like a little.
And then Pomerel immediately responds back with a
I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and make my voice really loud. And I'm going to yell, "Alright, come out. The game's up. We know you're out there. Just show it yourselves."
Make me a persuasion check.
For the love of God, let it be over. Thank God. Maybe. 20.
20. You see a little pixie appear in front of you, about 15 feet away or so. It says,
Well, If you say the game is up, I guess it's up then. I'm glad you played with us. I hope you had fun. We'll leave you alone now.
Wait, little one. That was quite the game we were playing. Don't leave quite yet.
Oh, but I really must be going. Y'all have a lovely day.
And she
What are you-
disappears again.
Pixies.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I second that.
This is the first time that they've seen Pomerel not smiling or looking happy. He's so dejected. His body language is slumped down in his horse, and he says, "Carry on, I will follow you."
Revenge goes to take just the first step, and as soon as he does, he steps, and instead of there being just a small puddle in front, his front two legs just go completely into a big watery pool. Make me a athletics or acrobatics check to see if you lay in prone or fall, in the stand, or hop off as he crumples.
All three of us?
No, Pomerel's right behind y'all, so he doesn't have the same thing happen.
26. That's a check I can pass.
7.
7. Okay, so Alirlock
What?
goes flying off of Revenge and falls face first in the mud and gets coated in mud. But Talik kind of hops off and stumbles over and lands on his feet, or actually lands on his feet pretty sturdily with his 26. And then immediately after that happens, all of you hear the weight of your water skin all of a sudden loses, and you feel a slither sliding across your body.
What is happening?
I need y'all to roll me a real quick initiative.
Whoa!
Real quick, eh?
Mhm.
Nishi.
So,
17.
just so I understand, Revenge stepped in the water. Pollock stayed mounted or dismounted successfully.
Dismounted. Revenge went down.
Revenge
Oh.
went down. Pollock dismounted, and Alirlock also went down. And Pomerel saw this happen, and then all three of them felt a slither on their bodies.
Correct.
22 at Nishi.
13.
And we are back in Telspire.
So you look down, and your water skin has turned into a snake.
Oh my. Okay. I'll throw it down on the ground and try and stab it.
Okay, make me an attack roll.
28 to hit.
Okay, you cut the snake in half, no problem. Shing! Okay, anything else you want to do?
Can I hit the snake that's by Alirlock?
Certainly.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
I'll say it's got half cover since you're trying not to hit a Learlock.
Oh, nat 1, 12 to hit.
Oh, okay. And with the half cover, that's definitely a miss.
Something's happening. I'll end my turn.
Try to be too careful not hitting a Learlock. A Learlock, you are on the ground, covered in mud, and now you feel the slithering of a snake on your body.
I'm uncomfortable. We're touching, right?
Oh, yeah, you're touching.
I'm gonna touch it with an inflicted wound.
Mhm.
Oh.
Hopefully. 24.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Damage 24.
Okay.
Roll 24, damage 24.
Yeah, he explodes.
Alright. And then I'll get up.
Okay. Pomerel, you are still on Sunbeam, and you have a snake on you as well.
Pomerel looks down at the snake, and he just punches the fuck out of it right in the head with his gauntlet.
Okay. Make me an attack roll.
12 to hit.
12 hits. So yeah, you just crunch his little face in. Yeah, probably for the best, because as you do so, it turns back into your water skin. No worse for wear. However, Talik, your water skin has a big rip in it, and Alirlock, your water skin has become completely dried and desiccated, like leather from 1,000 years ago. It's almost like crumbling to your touch.
Huh. That's unfortunate.
And about that time, you hear giggling all around you, and around you appear about a half a dozen pixies, a half a dozen sprites, and up in a tree, Pomerel and Alirlock, as y'all are glancing around, y'all notice that there's a tiny little serpentine creature hanging on to the top of the tree with purple skin, with little blue, almost like gooey insectoid-like frills all running down its spine in 2 rows. They're all just kind of like giggling and kind of like letting out these little claps. They're just like, and they say,
Okay, now you have to tell us. Tell us. Yes, tell us. What was your favorite prank?
Oh, mine by far was the undergarment prank. I mean, that was just top tier comedy. I don't know if you guys are from my homeland or not, but that was some of the best things I've seen since I've been here. The snake was good, but the undergarments, that was the cream of the crop.
you see the sprites kind of bump their elbows into each other and kind of give each other eyebrows, and the pixies look dejected and cross their arms like,
Well, you there, bunny boy, what was your favorite prank?
Don't call me that.
one of them kind of slides up next to you and kind of rubs up against you and gives you flutter eyes.
I'm not your mere rabbit. Alright? And I don't appreciate what you've done to me. Now, I don't have a water skin. Right? So, what should I like about your pranks?
Well, they were delightful and hilarious. This one's no fun.
And then she kind of flutters away, crosses her arm and looks dejected again.
Fine, Greenie, what's your favorite prank?
I like the one where I killed the snake.
And the pixies say,
Oh, close enough.
and they kind of clap. The dragon kind of slithers down the side of this mountain like really fast, kind of like runs down it, and then like hops off and glides over and perches on Alirlock's shoulder. He kind of
hello?
sniffs at your nose and like sniffs at your ears a little bit. He's like,
Can I help you?
he says,
Are you sure you didn't have a favorite prank? Not even a single one? What about my pranks? Did you like it when the green one got all silly?
That one really didn't affect me, so yeah, I did like that one actually.
I knew you'd like that one. That one was hilarious. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Eladrin?
Oh, I mean, that was pretty good. I had to use one of my elixirs, but it was pretty funny. I was going to leave him like that, but Mr. Alirlock seemed very upset. But why are you here?
We were having a competition.
and he swirls up and lands up in the tree again. He says,
To see who could have the best pranks. Unfortunately, it seems that y'all have voted one for each of us.
I see. I'm afraid of what comes next. And Pomerel telepathically tells Sunbeam to get ready to start kicking.
he says,
Oh, I guess we'll just have to wait on the next travelers.
I guess so, huh?
And you would never, ever lie to me, would you?
Pinky promise?
and he does a swooping slow down and lands on top of Sunbeam's head and reaches out with this little 3-palmed, scrawny little elf hand. Think like Mushi from Mulan. Like, he's really tiny.
Okay, I was wondering what he looked like. Okay.
Yeah, but he's like purple and has like a smoothness to him. He's not spiky like other
Mushu.
dragons. Mushu, yeah.
I was gonna
And he
let it
puts
go.
out his little pinky with his scrawny little arm.
Pinky promise.
Very well. And Pomerel sticks out his pinky.
The dragon kind of loops his pinky around it and does a tiny little shake. And then he does a backflip as he dismounts and swirls around back up into the tree.
Dragon,
Can I Does he speak common? Like if I go, hey, can you hear me? Can you understand me?
He kind of tilts his head to the side. One of the sprites slides up. He's like, "Oh, this."
Doesn't speak common. What you want, Greeny?
What do you guys know about Ramos Verde? Are we going the right way?
Ah, you got a long ways to go if you're headed to Roms Verde. Why aren't you gonna want to go there? It's all dark and gross and dank. No color. Definitely nobody playing pranks.
Hmm. Okay.
Let me ask you. Can any of you see anything? And he kind of holds his hand up and he points towards Tolik's side sword area. He's like, can any of you tell me any pranks that you think might be going on with my friend Tolik's weapon here?
A pixie and a sprite both kind of slide up next to Tolik and zoop like little bees looking at a potential target. They kind of zoom around it, look all over it, and then they kind of slump back and they're like,
Ugh, nasty pranks. Gross stuff, that. Almost as nasty as Roms Verde itself. No wonder you want to go there. You want to throw that sword back into the swamp, don't you?
Okay.
That's where it belongs. Nasty stuff.
I am just a soldier, so I don't carry much with me, but he takes one of his signet rings out of his pocket and he says, here's a token. I appreciate the information. And he kind of thumb flicks it over to him.
one of the sprites will catch it, and it's like super heavy for him, right? He like almost goes to the ground. He's like, "Whoa!" And he pulls it up like a kettlebell. He's like, "Oh!" And all of them kind of come around like, "Ooh!" They're like, "Oh, gifts!" And they kind of scurry off. Even the dragon scurries off, and then they come back around, and they each fly up to you, one for each of the ones that you voted for. So the dragon to Learlock, the pixies to Tolik, and the sprites to Pomerel, and they give you like a little finger-sized ring as well, but it's made of like some tiny little flowers and clovers and stuff all woven together like you do like a clover headband thing, and they each give you a little ring.
And Pomerel receives it as he would a gift from the queen, very ceremoniously, with a head bowed and a thank you.
This is not my water skin.
Yes, well, sorry about that. And they just poof back into invisibility, and you hear little giggles off in the distance. The dragon is the last one to disappear. He kind of does that little goodbye wave as he slowly disappears away, almost like a camouflage.
Oh,
Oh, that was so refreshing. Don't you guys think so?
No,
no.
not the word I would use.
Ah, just like home.
You didn't know about our coin flip, but yet you know about Pinky Promises, right?
When a dragon says he wants to do something with you, it's best to just go along with it, I think. But what is a pinky promise? Is it different than a regular promise?
Yeah, it's sort of an unbreakable vow, actually.
Oh, excellent. Surely that means they will not trouble us any further.
Surely, yeah.
Or they will. And don't call me Shirley. I start riding off.
Wait, I need a ride. Don't forget me.
Don't forget me! Yeah, I think that's a fantastic place. We'll say that y'all make it to the end of this hex, and we will start back there next time.
So fun.
That was something.
That was great.
Purple fairy dragon.
We're getting our rhythm with Pomerel.
He's a weird ass.
I love how weird y'all all are.
Yeah,
Together.
that was fun. That was a good.
It's a
that was
hilariously weird group.
It's a great RP session. I
It
love
Yeah, it
was a great RP session. So they're my favorite because I don't have to do anything. I just hang out and let y'all just goof around.
Oh,
Great. Good night.
good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Find out what happens to our party next week. Check us out at dndndummies.com. And please leave us a rating and a review on your podcast app. It would mean the world to us.